Good evening, everybody. How's it going tonight? The music down a little. Sue, are you in here? Do I sound okay? Hey, Rev, how you doing? I actually have started cutting some things into YouTube videos. I've made 2 shorts, and one of them went like... The first one went impressively well for not at all knowing what I was doing, and I got 200 plus views in a few hours. The other one I thought I did a better job on, and it went ahead and got 6 views in the first few hours. So all I've really learned from that is YouTube is a mysterious beast, and I am not good at video editing yet, but it is a process for sure. But those should be linked. I should have a link to that in the About section on the channel. Yeah, the algorithm is... like, I just want to give it what it wants. I just want to please the algorithm, and... yeah, exactly. And it just crushes my hopes and dreams, but part of it, I'm still figuring out how YouTube works, how YouTube Shorts works, and I'm figuring out how video editing works, and so that's all a process. Also, welcome, Invita, good to see you in here. Like, there's some goofy things with YouTube Shorts, like, specifically it won't let me edit the playlists unless I upload them, or it won't let me update the thumbnail unless I upload it from my phone. So I'm working on the most efficient process to do that without just filling my phone with a bunch of stuff, or, like, I'm not going to edit on my phone. I don't know if that's what they think I'm supposed to be doing, like, that's what they want in their heads, but that is not what I want to do. Suit, is my video/audio look okay? It says I've got a slow bitrate, but I also don't see it dropping frames, so I'm not gonna worry about it. But yeah, hope everybody's having a good night. It's not Azure's fault. That's GCP. Not that I would know, anything specific about that, but for all I know, though, they might have some, like, Edge CDN stuff in Azure. It wouldn't surprise me if there was some weird overlap somewhere there. I'm still hydrating pretty hard today. I went to an outdoor concert last night in St. Louis, Missouri. I didn't know it was going to be outdoor until I got in the car around noon and started driving that way. So I was wearing long pants and a gray t-shirt, which were not necessarily the greatest of choices. It was like 93 degrees, heat index over 100. It was a good time, though. It was a good show. YouTube algorithm. Right? Otherwise, do not promote. YouTube does not love you. Yeah, that's been my experience so far, but like, I kind of figure once I have a little bit of a backlog of videos, then there will be more. Like, if somebody watches one, then it'll have 5 other, like, hey, here's how to do a Star Citizen thing in 1 minute or less, which is kind of the shtick that I'm going with. Just because there's so much long-form YouTube content, and I don't, maybe this is my ADD speaking, but I don't always want to watch 20 minutes on how to do something if it can be explained in 45 seconds. Hey, Super Whatever. Thanks for coming by. Not much. We are getting ready to play some Star Citizen. I'm just talking about my my night last night. Went to an outdoor concert. It was way too hot. How's everybody's day been so far? Enjoying your weekends? Nice, nice. Yeah, we probably won't go super late tonight because I drove straight home from a long distance away after the concert last night. It's good to see you in here, Captain Walrus. Well, cute dogs are always a plus. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and switch over to Star Citizen. So tonight, let's see if Star Citizen loads. There we go, thanks friend. Tonight we are going to fly the Aurora MR. I thought it would be a fun challenge. The Aurora is one of the two starter ships, two most inexpensive starter ships in Star Citizen. And I make fun of it a lot. Because for $45 you can buy a game package and get always-on access to either the Aurora MR or the Mustang Alpha. And in my opinion, the Mustang Alpha is vastly superior. And I kind of feel bad for people who, you know, get told, like, hey, you could buy either one, they're comparable. Because I don't think they are. I don't like the Aurora. But tonight we are going to see exactly how close to comparable maybe they are, or just what you can do with the Aurora. So I'm gonna get it undocked.
Welcome to the
right? Yeah, it was. But yeah, out of all the too many ships that I have, this is the one we're gonna spend our Saturday night with. It is the glorious flying brick that is the Aurora MR. It's been a while since I've done anything combat related in it, so we'll see. So I did tweak it just a tiny amount. I didn't do anything crazy. Oh, I'm not gonna try combat in it. I'm gonna see what I can do. We're gonna do combat. Now, I don't know that we're gonna do combat successfully, but we're gonna do it. So all I've done to this ship, I kind of wanted to, you know, I'm not doing like a full 0 to hero playthrough, but I wanted to kind of demonstrate what a person could do if they did pledge for this, and this is just what they had. So all I upgraded was, there are 2 empty size 1 hardpoints. I added some additional guns. So I added 2 additional laser repeaters to add to the 2 laser repeaters that were already there. And I put a paint job on it, which is actually one of the paint jobs you can buy in-game for in-game currency. And it's still within the, like, 200,000 credits that you start with. It does have, so I guess, you know, the advantage of the Aurora MR over the Mustang, because the Mustang is much more maneuverable, especially in atmosphere. It just generally feels like a better fighter, but the Aurora does have this small interior section here. You know, it's not just a cockpit that you sit in, like a fighter. It has, like, this little walkway, and it has this tiny little bed. Which is hypothetically useful if you wanted to bedlog in it, which is, you know, when you log out of the game and leave your ship where it was. When you log back in, you'll still be in the ship. I believe it's also got a small cargo bay. And then as far as equipment, I have equipped some cheap chest armor, just so that I could wear a backpack. And I've got some med pens. I took a pistol. it's not the starting pistol, but it's cheap. It's available in Area 18, and none of this would break the bank if you were a new player. So I'm kind of well within like that 200,000 credits. Hey Sue, how's it going? Yep, music stopped. There we go. Let's get that going again. All right, so let's take the Aurora out and see what we can do. Now, I do have some ideas on how we can make the Aurora a little bit better. And one of those is I think it's going to be easier to run bounties in if we take it out where we can do more bounties in space. So I think I might run a couple and then try to take it over to Crusader, because I believe that some of the bounties there are just automatically not in atmosphere. I mean, those do give us the risk of running into an invisible asteroid if we go into an asteroid belt, but it's something. So I am going to grab a low-level bounty. And I'm going to grab Call to Arms. Just to say that I did, so I get a little bit more monies when I shoot anybody with a crime stat. Which is only going to be NPCs tonight, because I'm certainly not going to try player versus player with the Aurora. I'm not that brave. Yeah, exactly. And it's not like I'm carrying anything valuable on me, so... It's the name. Yeah, something like that. I think the most cautious approach would be don't fly the Aurora. Because it really does struggle in atmosphere. I think you'll be able to see that on this bounty. It just does not want to turn. Probably because it's like the least aerodynamically shaped object. Makes no sense. I've heard it theorized that at one point in development, maybe the Aurora was supposed to have like these foldy bits fold out and then be good at stuff, but they don't, so it's just kind of always in this brick configuration. Hey, Caffeine Fiend, how's it going? How's your weekend going so far? No, not that I know of. Like, they've never said they're actually going to do that. It's a weekend. Out of all the weekends, it is definitely one of them. Oh. So I did upgrade, I added some guns to it. So it does reduce how much capacitor each gun has. But it should give me more burst DPS. If anyone got the Aurora to the top of the community, what is it, the ship showdown, I would eat my shoes. Like, that would just be bizarre. Like, there's so many ships that people like better than it. Alright, we got the Freelancer MIS. Was it the target? Looks like an eclipse. Well, those people are, like, elite or something. And good on them for living their lives in hard mode. But I would rather take the Cutlass into PvP. I feel like it flies better in atmosphere. You know, sometimes that's a very fine line. Like, are they so elite that they make these choices, or have they just become so jaded that they want to go into ship-to-ship combat with the equivalent of a flying butter knife? Alright, let's do another LRT, make sure that wasn't completely a fluke. Oh gosh, yes. He's something. But I guess that's the weird thing about being a billionaire, is if you just happen to own a super weird single character domain name, then you can just take a multi-billion-dollar company and make them use it because you think it's cool. Yeah, exactly. And that's what the only things I changed on it is I didn't even upgrade the shields. Just like if you're a new player, you start at Area 18, you run over to Center Mass, you get 2 more size 1 repeaters, throw them on, so that you have more burst DPS, and go. I didn't put any to ballistics. I can't put up with the ammo capacity. It makes me crazy. It's so bad. Like, if they ever added what I would love, and I don't think there's been any indication that this is how reloading would work long term, but I would love it, because I know it's got, like, a little cargo bay. I would like it if you could put some, like, boxes of extra ammo. It's still pretty bad. I don't know off the top of my head how many seconds, but it's not more than, like, 1 or 2 bounties. Which, especially if you're trying to string them together, you're gonna run out. I would love it if they made it so you could put, like, boxes of shells. Yeah, 1.5 bounties. If you're shooting well. Yeah, we got an Origin M50. Mustang Delta. Missiles. That's neat. Oop. Wrong way. Browned out a little bit. Yeah, the Mustang's definitely a pledge option. But I didn't get missiled. No, the Mustang should still be, I think it's still $45, and it's one of the ones that's just always available. Right, I think I spun the wrong way. But that's okay. The blood always goes back to where it's supposed to be eventually. Oh no. We are having some desync tonight. That man just disappeared, reappeared. Oh, there we go. My gun's turned back on. Cool. And we're just gonna zip past this guy, apparently. But I am far enough, I kind of pulled him off of the planet unintentionally while I was running away from those missiles that I am I am out of atmosphere enough that I'm maneuvering a little better. Okay, the target's in an Origin M50. So he should be squishy enough. Yeah, exactly. You know, at least they don't have the dreaded Aurora LN. I don't know, I think for the military, like, military-specific ships, my favorite might be Anvil. They have that military feel, but they're still... Like, the Aegis ships just seem... Not antiquated, but definitely, like, the interiors on some of them do seem a little sad. Especially the Retaliator. The Retaliator just has, like, the worst living quarters of any ship. I think that, yeah, that guy's already dead, but... Go ahead and give him a little war crime action. Shoot at a downed pilot, why not? Alright, Mustang Delta. Right, if it's worth killing, it's worth removing them from your radar entirely. Honestly, I do it a lot of the time just to get their pips off of the screen. Cool. Okay, so that was 2 lights. Let's try out a medium. Because of that, I mean, I did both of those and I didn't take any hull damage, so... I could just do those indefinitely. Yeah, the Hornet is... I really like the Hornet. Apparently they buffed its maneuverability a little bit. And I have the Hornet F7 CM, I think, the one that's supposed to be like the most military-esque, but they're all pretty similar, and you can swap out the fittings to like do what the other ones do. Yeah, the F8, you can't really get legitimately yet. I know there's like some YouTube videos of people flying an F8 because they found one during, I think it was Invictus, when it was like flying around and they somehow knocked it out and stole it. And it seemed really good. Now, I think in the video that I'm thinking of where somebody was flying the F8, it seemed like all of the maneuverability stats were still... Like, they were still placeholders. It was too maneuverable. It just didn't make sense. But the gun loadout on it is awesome. It's... I don't know if it's officially a heavy fighter, but it's definitely chunkier than the F7. Yeah, you can steal the turrets for the F7, which I have not done yet. But it would be fun to do. Alright, so this is an MRT. So this is going to be a little bit spicier. We are equipped with a generous complement of not 1, but 2 size 1 missiles. So... we might as well use them. We will use them on one of the ads. Please. Can I have a target lock? Yeah, EM are really good, especially for PvP. Go. Missiles away. That one I did not dodge. That a saber? Yes. What, did Nightbot just delete somebody's message? Nightbot, I just hired you. You are power hungry. And I'm going to have a talk with you after tonight. About your performance. Oh. That's kind of sad. The first deleted moderator message in my channel is Nightbot being a jerk. Just on default settings, saying, no, that's too many capitals. You know, I think spamming was appropriate there. Right? Ultimately, the Aurora MR is 2 very mediocre missiles and 1 less mediocre Aurora-sized missile. This again. Alright, that one did hit me also, because the EMs are good. Right, Nightbot needs to calm down. Almost got his shields. Don't want him to get shields back up. You know, I do have gimbals. I could probably use those. There's really no point in removing the gimbals on this ship because they're all size 1, so... doesn't actually reduce the size of the hard point that gets gimbaled. Sweet. Yeah! Yeah, congratulations. That is an accomplishment. I think you could put that on your resume, even. Like, am first deleted message in multiple places. Come here, Cutlass. Let me shoot you in the butt. Yeah, I don't feel like the gimbals are helping me here. Narrator voice, they weren't. Are you guys harassing Nightbot? Oh. Oop, turret gunner. Also, if you're just stopping by, welcome. We are having some fun trying to see what we can do with the Aurora MR. It is my least favorite ship in Star Citizen. Whoop. And I thought it would be fun to take it out for an evening. And make myself actually fly it. Yep. But I'm gonna kill this Cutlass. Nice. Yep. And I'm next to the facility. They are mad. I know. Poor Cuddy. I don't know why, also, it seems like a lot of the NPC Cutlasses have scatterguns. Or whatever they're called. I think they made it... might actually be called scatterguns, but the ones that go... like, you know, like a shotgun. Which is a weird ship-to-ship weapon to even exist. Yeah, I think so. I've just never actually put them on a ship myself. I've only found them on ships that I have, and then been horrified. You heard the noise. And been horrified and immediately removed them. What was it? One of the... because I do subscribe, so I get the, like, loaner subscription ships. One of the ones I got was the Aurora... or no, the Aurora. I got Aurora on the brain. The Misk Fury... MX? I think? The one that's supposed to be the military stealth one. Like, so their stealth military variant of the racing ship. Yeah, and it came equipped with just, I think, nothing but 2 scatterguns and maybe some mediocre missiles, but I don't quote me on that. And it was horrible. It was comically bad to actually try to PvE with. Because, you know, stealth isn't really implemented in the game. Oh my lord, Nightbot. He is a lot. Oh, it just timed... okay, Rev, I'm untiming you out. Nightbot's out of control. That is absurd. Spam protection. I will turn you on when I want you to be on. Hold on 1 second. Untime out. Untime out. Rev, the ultimate troll. There you go, Rev. You're no longer being harassed by the auto moderator. That is funny. I mean, I guess I get why they have some of those settings on manually, maybe to stop people from, like, you know, just hopping into somebody else's stream and, like, self-promo. But oh, nice. That's awesome. Yeah, feel free to clip anything you want. I think that should be enabled. Alright, so I'm on my way to buy Genie to repair. And then I have a theory I want to test out. Sweet.
Hello, and thank you for contacting EDL Landing Assist.
Yeah, my thrusters are real busted right now. Yeah, that was the first time out. You've just, basically completed some kind of, channel hat trick by having the first timeout, deleted message, and then, like, retroactive deleted messages, because it just went through and, like, deleted everything you've said. Like, no, we must erase all memory of this man. We are Nightbot, and he is to be destroyed. Trying to get it to recognize that I am landing on a pad, but there's other ships here, so that might be throwing it off. Let's try this one. Maybe it'll let me, because this ship, well... Why are there so many Pisces on these pads? Is there, like, a Pisces convention? Right, which I guess makes sense, if you timed them out for a good reason. But I wasn't aware that my little auto-moderator buddy was gonna be... Why no power triangle usage? I was using my power triangle in the last fight, to put power to weapons. I rebalanced it to shields, and honestly, then completely forgot to put it back to weapons, because I am not used to the Aurora, and also Nightbot was distracting me. The sun was in my eyes, I didn't eat enough carbs the night before, and a number of other relevant excuses.
Engines are on. Takeoff complete.
Alright, they don't like me here. But the experiment that I wanted to try, I want to go to Crusader and try doing some missions there. A full hangar. Yeah, I might have to just... If I land in a hangar, they might let me. Or I can just land somewhere in ArcCorp. Because I know where all the pads are here. There we go. So yeah, I'm going to get repaired, and then we're going to head over to Crusader, because they give out missions in the asteroid fields. And I'm thinking that the Aurora might be able to do those a little more reliably than it can in atmosphere. Sorry, I got a little no-see-em or something flying around. It has been buggy lately here, what with all the rain and whatnot.
Is now on.
And yeah. Right, you can tell Nightbot off now. I just turned off all of the Nightbot features, so... You know, I'll have to manually delete messages if that becomes necessary, like the Ancestors did. Or Sue can. He is a moderator. He has the power. Hopefully he only abuses it at relatively amusing times. Am I being shot at? No yelling. No running next to the pool. Nightbot has big overly aggressive lifeguard energy. Alright, so we're just gonna duck over here. Get repaired. Really not that familiar with this ship's like stopping distance, so. Ooh, are people doing things? Yeah, Nightbot is getting bullied. Yeah, there's a guy over here. What are you doing, buddy? What is that? Is that a Starfarer? Yeah. Guy's flying a Starfarer around for some reason. That's the big heavy refueling ship from Misk.
Engines are off. Landing complete.
It kinda doesn't seem to entirely have a point yet, because like the system is not really big enough to require a ton of refueling. Unless you screw up and like strand yourself somewhere. Yeah, I mean that is how you get an AI takeover. That's why I'm always very sure to be polite to my, well, I don't want to say her name, but the Amazon smart device that I have. I like to thank her occasionally for her service.
Engines are off.
Just so that if there's ever like a database of the... Yeah, I have two. I have run out of gas. But yes, I am always very polite to my smart home device so that if there is a machine takeover, I'll be on the list of like, you know, this guy's pretty okay. Yeah. We'll have to, I don't know, maybe we should test it out sometime, Caffeine Fiend, because have I told you the story of my completely unsuccessful Starfarer adventure? Right, like, if the AI takes over, I will be a good human. And the other humans can get used to make Soylent or human batteries, whatever the Matrix said was going to happen.
Drive is now off. Landing gear raised.
But no, I try. Yeah, so apparently, the Starfarer works on and off depending on what patch you're in, and sometimes it's iffy. But unbeknownst to me, it does currently have a bug where where it can't dock with a reclaimer. I did not know this, and I went to go assist a group of people who were doing salvaging and had their reclaimer run out of gas. And so I gave them my normal explanation of like, hey, if you're lame pirates who are just lying to get me to come out here and like beat me up for no reason, I'm not bringing anything valuable. They're like, no, we aren't. And they had enough details in their story that I was like, okay, this is believable. Like, you guys made an oopsie. I will come try to save you with the Starfarer that I have, which I have as a loaner for the Vulcan. So I took the Starfarer out there, and that is when I found out kind of how to use it, but I also found out that there's a bug that when the, like, docking port from the Starfarer tries to, like, link up with the fuel stick thing tries to link up with the hole in the reclaimer. As soon as it gets close enough, the reclaimer has some weird physics thing and jumps and will do like a 180 spin. Which can kill both ships, potentially. Like, it's not a happy spin. So I tried this with these random guys that I found in general several times before we gave up, and they went and found a friend with a caterpillar to come get all of the RMC off of their their reclaimer. Yeah, exactly. It's like a weird collision mesh thing with the between the reclaimer and the Starfarer, which sucks because like that's one of the ships that you would want to refuel the most because it's big and it can only land in like the big cities, and that takes forever because you've got to put it in VTOL and very slowly bring it down to the surface, or else it will crash and you'll lose all your RMC. So I think the reclaimer definitely needs a little bit of work to be able to take the cargo off of it. It has a docking thing, but I'm not sure if it works. Yeah, docking ring. I don't know that it works, and if it does, I'm not sure that you can like do the needful from the docking ring. Like you can't spawn a reclaimer at a station, and I don't think you can store it there either. So I don't think you can sell RMC from it there. But also they don't have demand for it. And I'm not sure if you can refill a ship when the docking ring is, or refuel, yeah, a ship when the docking ring is connected. We could try it sometime for science. Yeah, I mean, it would make sense, and it would be it would be helpful for them to do that, because like having to go all the way down to the planet is lame. Yes, that is correct. I would hope that they're gonna fix that, because you would think that the Hull C might have, you know, like also a need for being refueled occasionally, and I know that one is supposed to come out with 3.20. Like I feel like they're pushing real hard to get the Hull C out with 3.20. Yeah, exactly. I don't know, Rev, you should try the risky salvage missions for... alright, now I am going to time you out, Rev. Wait and see. That's horrible. That's the worst. But no, I don't know. If you haven't tried the risky salvage missions yet, I think they're kind of the best money you can make in Star Citizen right now. Honestly, they should probably be nerfed a little bit. You don't salvage. For the risky salvage missions, the ships, like, 80% of the time they spawn with crates of drugs. And all you have to do is, like, you take the mission, you fly up to the ship, you unload the drugs. It's got, like, 3 or 4 crates of drugs and then 1 crate of Quantanium. You just take those off, and did they decrease the rate at which they spawned? Because I did them Wednesday, and they were profitable as heck. Oh, yeah. Well, that's too many. Unless they made it more difficult, or made, like, that's fine if they want to give you 20 crates of drugs, but that should almost be, like, a guaranteed encounter with law enforcement, which would make you get a crime stat, which would make you get bounties, and, you know, have to really work for it. Yeah, or the cartel. Like, that would be cool, too, if, like, you got it from a third party, and the Nine Tails or whoever were moving them, you know, came to try and take them back. The Asoian hides are the greatest illegal cargo you can find, in my opinion, because they're also like the worst. In lore, I'm pretty certain that they're like a very nice hide that is a mix between fur and leather somehow, but the reason they're illegal is they come from a potentially like developing sentience species. And so they're illegal under the laws of the UEE. which is dark. Alright, let's try getting a mission here. Now that we are in Crusader. Yeah, we're not going to do the Pro Tem, because those are spicy. So this guy is in the asteroids around Yellow. But, like, they're only... Oh no, I grabbed the wrong mission. I didn't want that one. Ella. I'm not sure on the risky salvage missions. I think you might have to do some like less expensive salvage or like the less expensive risky salvage, but it would be worth taking them and just either having somebody, like you could have me scrape them with a vulture if you need to do that in order to complete them, or just take them and discard them. I'm not sure because it's been a while since I unlocked them. And I wasn't paying a huge amount of attention then, I was just doing all the salvage I could. Yeah. Because I think there's less expensive risky salvage missions. Actually, I can look right now. Yeah, you could fit it in your 315. Yeah, there's like the Cutlass Black, which is 10,000 AUEC, and then you unlock the 30,000 AUEC, which is the good ones. Or yeah, 1020, and then yeah, and you can rent a Cuddy, and that'll be like you'll make the money back on the rental really quick. And the Cuddy is super convenient for it because it has that awesome side door. Just makes it really easy to load the cargo into it. So yeah, we'll see how much better the... Oh no, I grabbed the wrong one. Tracking the wrong one. Yeah, it would be. You'll get, I think you'll get like one mission worth of it rather than with the Cuddy you can do more of them before you have to turn it in. But I don't fill the Cuddy all the way. I do like 5 and then I go turn it in, because by the time you do 5 you've got, you know, like 600k credits worth of stuff in the Cutlass. And if anything were to go wrong, if you were to get attacked by the space cops or another player, or if you just had a 30k and 30k protection didn't kick in, then you would be real sad. Yeah, I mean, you can still be a hoarder. You just kind of have to know when to, like, take the stuff and sell it. Okay, so the target is a MISC Freelancer MIS. But, you know, you're pretty much guaranteed to be sad eventually because anything you have equipped just goes away when you die. So it can be a bummer, like when you're in a bunker, or if you've got a decent gun equipped that you like, and that gun isn't for sale in shops, and you get blown up. Please give me missile lock. Come on, flares. There we go. With the desync, it can just be so hard to actually effectively dodge missiles. Okay, cool. I am missing a wing. Hey, that guy's got scatterguns too. Oh my Lanta. Can we not? With the missiles for a little bit? Alright. That was an excessively persistent missile. This guy seems to... Oh, cool. He followed me out here. We are kind of away from his friends now. Sweet. Alright, so running all over the place because missiles were desyncing did kind of work out for me, because I think it got them to spread out a little bit. I really hope they expand the pool of ships that NPCs fly, because right now there's a weird amount of eclipses. It doesn't make a ton of sense. I feel like they, tend to use some more utilitarian-seeming ships. Again with the missiles. Ugh, yes, it does eclipse all others. Well, it's weird because they don't even... I don't know. I've heard that they'll use their torpedoes if you're flying a bigger ship, but it doesn't really make sense on lower-level bounties. Like the Eclipse is basically a... Alright, where's that other guy? I should maybe kill him first? The Eclipse is basically a strategic bomber. Like, stealth bomber. That doesn't... Hey, look, it's another Aurora. Alright, caffeine, and that was an intentional power rebalance right there. And back to weapons. You know, that would be like if there were just odd numbers of B2s in circulation in real life and people just used them as, like, prop dusters.
Shields damaged.
For oddly utilitarian purposes. This other Aurora apparently stayed at a Holiday Inn last night. He wants to be spicy.
Enemy down.
I think the B-52 would be a little more like the Retaliator. So I've been using the lag pip more. I saw some other people doing it. It's really worked out for me. It makes it a little easier to target like specific regions of the other ship. And you know, the one thing the lead pip has for it is that
Enemy down.
you kind of get an idea of like which direction the other ship is going in. Yes, yes. Agreed, caffeine. You get an idea of where the other ship is going, but I have the little arrow turned on and like the little trail. It's a very strange death wiggle it's doing right there. I think they're supposed to be spawning with cargo now. I wonder if it's got anything. I might get out and check. Also, I need a drink. I guess this is the other nice thing about the Aurora. If you ever want to take a space breather and drink a tasty cruise energy drink, have the option. Oh, don't stop. Drink your whole drink, sir. It's good for you. It's got what plants crave. Go. Then we'll just do a little littering. But it's littering inside my own ship, so... I feel like if they're not going to give me a tiny, like, back-of-seat trash can, it's really not my fault. Alright, make sure the helmet actually got put on. I mean, it looks like it did. Eat. Chunks drifted around a little bit. Is this the front or the butt? That's the front of the ship. Thought the... There it is. I think the butt is trying to drift away and rejoin its people. Ooh, that is some Strange physics occurring. You know, in my defense, it's doing this. Like, this is not normal movement. Stop it. Just out for a spin. Boo. Oh, it does have stuff. Son of a biscuit, come... I don't have a bigger gun to shoot the door open further. Alright, I don't know where the rest of the ship went, but I seem to have gotten some cargo. Where'd my Aurora go? Aha! Right? It just kind of disposed of itself. So this will be interesting. I know that ships are, like, they increase the drop rate on NPC ships of them sometimes spawning bonus loot when you kill them, but it's so hard to get to in gravity. So I wonder, around Crusader, this might be a perk to running bounties in the Crusader area. There's my totally not broken Aurora. Stay there, box. Isn't there... Did my cargo bay get shot off? Or... I'm looking for the button. Okay, so this is the bottom of the ship, so this is where the cargo bay should be. I feel like it's supposed to go there. I feel like my ship got broken. Can I... Oh, it's too big for the hole. The box is too girthy. Do they just clip in down here? I don't think so. And I feel like leaving it there will break my Aurora. Alright. We confirmed that the enemy ships with cargo, or can drop cargo if they have bays. On the side of the Aurora? I thought there was a cargo bay that came out. Box isn't up and down. Oh, cargo attachment. Attachment cargo. What a weird way to put your signage. mean, if it is supposed to attach, it should, like, clip onto the grid when you get that close. Like, I feel like if that was a cargo grid... Heck it. I'll figure it out later. Also, I've somehow injured myself getting onto the ship, so... Have a little med pen action. Yeah, no cargo for me. For all I know, those are the Osoian hides, and they're worth all the money. You know, they must. Because you kind of just poke right through your suit. Also, hey, Empress, how's it going? How's your weekend so far? We are currently flying your favorite ship, the Aurora MR, to see what kind of bounties we can do with it. I've done 2 mediums so far without dying, but I did get the ship dinged up both times. Then we just had a nice little side quest to try to put a box on the ship, and figured out I don't know how to put boxes on this ship, so... I could not suggest it more highly. You know, if anything, I would say what detracts from the Aurora MR is the rest of the game might not be fun anymore. You know, if you were to fly something like a Gladius or a Scorpius with 2 pilots, they're just not gonna... They're not gonna measure up to the greatness of the Aurora MR. And... so you're sort of ruining it for yourself. Also, it supposedly has a cargo bay that I can't figure out, so I might try to see if I can figure it out on the ground, because now I'm annoyed by it. This shouldn't be that complicated. Ooh, we're listing to the side quite nicely. Uh-oh. That was not me trying to do a spin. That was, having less wings than the ship is supposed to have. Oh boy. You can do it, buddy. You can do it. Don't make me decouple you. Yeah, I mean, the wings on the left side are actually just decorative. Once you remove the decorative wings, then it begins to, you know, unlock the auto evasion feature, where it just spins wildly, making it difficult for you to be harassed by other spacemen. Well, if you unlock the wings on both sides, then you just go full torpedo mode.
Engines off. Landing complete.
You unlock the Aurora's final form. Alright, let's see if we can figure out... I mean, I've gone full torpedo mode. Where'd those cruise drinks go that I dropped? I was gonna huck them out onto the ground, but ship did it itself. Why? You can't manually load into the cargo bay for the Aurora. This gives me a big sad, but it seems like that is the case. Why would you do that when the Cutlass, or not the Cutlass, the Mustang Alpha has that nice little trunk that lowers down?
Engines.
This poor ship.
Takeoff complete.
Why doesn't Sig love it? Right, they haven't gotten around to it. Last seen at an abandoned outpost on Yellow. Okay, so this will be an atmosphere bounty. Let's do it. But no, I was saying that I saw a rumor that Squadron 42 is going to get a release date at CitizenCon. Which, you know, take that for what it's worth, which is nothing. Because it is an internet rumor. Right, another release date. But this one seems maybe more warranted? But I don't know, it was very... like... concern trolling is how I would describe the vibe of the like leak that I saw, because it was like, oh, you know, Squadron 42 is going to get the release date, and once Squadron 42 is out, the current plan is they're just going to outsource a bunch more of the PU development, not bring all of the developers working on Squadron 42 over and just start working on Squadron 42 Part 2, like a single-player sequel. Which, I don't know. I think there's probably more money in the PU. Right, yeah. I don't want to wish anyone bad things, but if that's the case, I really hope Squadron 42... thank you. That was... Thanks for coming to my Cliff Notes. I kind of hope Squadron 42, like, doesn't perform badly enough that SIG dies as a company, but performs badly enough that they focus on the people. Because I don't not want Squadron 42, but it's, oh, good lord, 2 Freelancer MISs. Right, like, it's, the rumor is just, that's why I said it seems a little bit like, you know, like breathless internet rage, like, oh my god, this is happening, and it's gonna be terrible, and a lot of the responses, or a lot of the takes I saw on it, just made me want to tell people to go outside and touch grass. Like, I would like to prescribe you 20 minutes of sitting in a lawn chair and not being on the internet. Melkor, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. How are you doing tonight? How's your weekend so far? I am currently running some missions with the Aurora MR, which is my least favorite starter ship. Just to, I don't know, say I did. Kind of see what you can actually do with it, because I do think it's better than I make it sound. Give me some shields back. Go. Yeah, definitely. Given the way, the pace of news, and how they've been communicating, I think it seems likely. There we go. One-time seal ski. That is not okay. Sue, do you want to go ahead and take that off? But I mean, thanks for dropping by, Sealski. You do get to be our first real ban. Thank you for your service. He wasn't feeling real great, so... he may be in and out. I can grab it here in a second. Trying to stay close to this Cuddy and move fast enough that its turret gunner doesn't mess me up. Oop, it lost something. Back left engine. Or right, I don't know, directions are weird in space. Nice. Well, there will be more dogfights. That is guaranteed. Doop-doo. Banned. Alright, so that one we ran a medium and we did not take any hull damage, so maybe I am doing better at this Aurora thing. So really not bad money. I mean, that's 7,500 plus the call to arms bonuses. You're going to get like 9,000 per medium. And stack up some... okay, these guys are in asteroids too. But Melkor, we moved from the system that I normally hang out in to come over to Crusader because some of these bounties in Crusader spawn in asteroid fields, and this ship is terrible at flying an atmosphere, or it's at least better in space than it is in atmosphere. Well, not everybody wants to run drugs, Caffeine. Some of us just like to kill the bad guys. But yeah, it's good money. You could do that, you could haul with a rented ship. I mean, I don't know why you'd buy an Aurora, or I'm sorry, an Arrow, when you have something as good in space combat as the Aurora MR. Which, once again, has all of its wings. We'll see how long they last. Or if I bang myself into an asteroid, visible or not. let's go get this Hornet first. Target is a Cuddy. Power to weapons. Please, NPC Cuddy, do not missile spam me. He said right before he was missile spammed by an NPC Cuddy. Shields are down. Come on, missile. Put some power to shields for a second here. Alright, back to weapons. Oh, we got another Hornet.
Radar contact. Radar contact. Radar contact. Radar contact.
Come on.
Radar contact. Radar contact. Radar contact. Radar contact. Radar contact.
Oh, come on. Almost down. There we go. Get my shields back. And I do believe the target's kind of off by himself. Hey, thanks for coming by, Rev. I appreciate it. Right, yeah, definitely. Yeah, you have a good night. Okay, who's shooting at me? Hurricane? Do I do mining? Yes. Also, welcome by, Link. I do have a multi-crew mining ship. I have the Mole, and I also have a Prospector. We haven't done mining on stream yet, but we probably will one of these days. On Wednesdays, we do kind of a more educational-focused stream for new players. You know, maybe if you're not used to Star Citizen or you want to see what mining looks like, we go through things. And then Saturdays we, tend to switch it up a little more. Sometimes do multi-crew stuff or just get some variety in there. and I could definitely see us doing some multi-crew mining on a Saturday sometime. Do you play Star Citizen Link, or do you mine?
Radar contact. Radar contact.
So there's a chance that they're destroyed when you break the rock. The last time I checked. I'll be honest, I haven't used gadgets a ton in 3.19. I did most of my mining in 3.18 before they did that whole balance pass. And, I mean, just completely changed the mining game. I know that most people tend to use gadgets a little more with, like, solo prospector mining, because some of the builds for the mole right now are really good, and you don't really need gadgets with some of them. I don't know if you've seen it, Caffeine Fiend, but the, what is it, the Jolly Green Giant build is one of them.
Radar contact.
Where, like, if you have three turrets manned in a mole, you can, pretty much break anything, because the whole band is green.
Enemy down. Radar
Got him!
contact.
Okay, yeah. In that case, definitely... You know, the thing about the gadgets is they're cheap. Especially compared to the cost of, you know, like, what you're getting out of the rocks. If you can break a more lucrative rock, because you have a gadget, then it's worth it. Alright, so we killed the target. I'm just going to go back to Yella and leave these other two guys here.
Auto drive.
But yeah, with the... I've done more mole mining.
Is now off.
Oof. Yeah, that's no fun. And yeah, the thing is, I don't think it has, like, a durability. I'm definitely sure that it's just, like, it either gets destroyed or it doesn't. And I think that's just luck. Hey, Link, thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. Right now, I am streaming in the evenings, Wednesday and Saturdays. Yeah, the Red Legion mining guide is really good, and that guy puts out... He is like the resource for Star Citizen mining. Yeah. But I think he's, was it Red Monster SC, I think is the main guy, the Red Legion guy. He's out of the game for a while because he just had a baby. I mean, his wife had the baby, but his family has a baby now. Which is awesome. Good for them. So he is justifiably taking a break from streaming, I think, for a bit.
Auto drive is now on. Auto drive is now off.
But yeah, tonight, if you were just joining in, I'm just kind of messing around with the Aurora MR. It is my least favorite starter ship. And so I'm just going to make myself use it for a day. Oh, is he really? I haven't watched his stream that much. I just use his guides. And lurk on his Discord where sometimes people know things, so... Did not know he was the salty flavor of Space Miner. Do you prospect all your cargo? Like, do you mean like refine if I'm gonna mine it? Or is most of the cargo that I run come from... Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't... If it's like the lower tier one, I don't necessarily, because it makes it take more time and it's not really worth it. At the same time, if it is gonna pay me more... Ooh, this guy's in a Gladius. If it is gonna pay me more, and I know that, like, it's gonna be days until I pick up the refined minerals, then I will just process everything to get those few extra credits. Because right now I have a C2, and so I know I have the space. Like, I'm not really worried about that. I mean, this Gladius is way zippier than me, but... At least I don't have to break the shield tank on a size 2 ship. I mean, the prices are pretty comparable at any capital city, or like any of the big cities on the planets. The one thing I'll say is that with the 3.18 patch, piracy is a lot more common. So you want to be very careful about your route that you take to sell your refined ores. It's best, you know, if you're going from, like, one of the Lagrange points way out there to... Say you're going to ArcCorp to go to Area 18, you want to set a route to somewhere like Crusader, go partway to Crusader, drop out of Quantum, and then Quantum the rest of the way to ArcCorp, so that way anybody waiting with like a Mantis or an interdiction ship will have trouble sitting in your path. You want to be unpredictable. If you can log in to move the ore at like an off-hour time, that might help too. Because no matter what you're flying, if it's a cargo ship and they bring like a couple mantises and a light fighter, it might take a while, but it's going to be really hard to not get killed by them. They buffed the Cuddy Blue? Yeah, the Cuddy Blue got faster, which I like the Cuddy Blue quite a bit. It is a fun ship. Alright, I accidentally accepted this mission like a ding-dong, and so I'm gonna try to do it. See if I can find a good spot to land and not have to walk too far to Afterlife.
Quantum drive is now on.
Now, Mantis is another... It's a ship that I kind of want to buy in-game, because I don't think it's too expensive. And one thing I want to do on a Saturday, if some of you guys are down, is I'd like to do a PvP bounty hunting evening.
Quantum drive is now off.
Sounds kind of fun. But I've got a Cutlass Blue, and especially if we got a Mantis, we'd have everything we needed to go hunt down some humans with crime stats. Which sounds like a good time. I just don't love piracy that much. I mean, we could. We would have that ability. But I think what makes us cool is not using that ability and murdering some people with crime stats instead. If it helps, you can imagine that we're, you know, horrible space cowboys doing it for S&Gs. And not kindly space paladins of some sort. Is that a rock? Ship. Looking for some cover. I don't really see any cover around this facility. I cannot get too close, or else they're gonna turret me. Which is a bummer. Let's see, how good of headlights does the... Okay, the Aurora's got better headlights than a lot of ships.
Landing gear deployed.
Does look like there's a... Get behind this hill. Go!
Landing complete.
Like a
Engines
glove.
are off.
Let's see if we can even survive in this storm with the noob suit. Hey game, do you really mean that I only have a minute? Or are you just giving me an incorrect survival estimate? Oh yeah, no, we could definitely do that. But I think that'll be fun with PvP bounty hunting. Switch it up like that. Oh, no, the game was serious. I really do only have a minute. Oh, nope, an hour? A minute. I can't decide. Okay, let's see if we can get closer.
Engines are on.
Helmet was on.
Takeoff complete.
I'm just not... It's storming outside, and I am not wearing, like... I'm not wearing light armor, I'm wearing a flight suit. I wanted to rig things up, like... Oh, no. I wanted to kind of rig things up like I only had the starter ship package, and didn't want to spend money.
Landing complete. Engines are off.
Alright, let's see if I can get out before they shoot me, and maybe I can backspace express to leave. Come on. Yeet. Hey, Cinerev, how's it going? But we are going to see if we can complete this mission. And I have a pistol. And a tractor beam. Cinerev, how's your weekend going so far? I don't think that man noticed that I shot him very much. Okay, now he's mad. Well, my ship blew up, but I was planning on taking the fast way to go back home anyway. And we are doing some light murdering right now. I'm trying to run this bunker with nothing but a pistol, and not much armor. Got him! Cool. Ooh, nice T-pose, buddy.
Don't worry, I'll find them.
Hello, sir. Why? Nope. You know, I don't see why I wouldn't. They're bad guys. I mean, they don't need to. I could complete the mission without killing all of them. But this way is entertaining. I already killed the guy that I was here to kill. And now I have an FS9. But I also have no ship, because I did park in turret range. Oh, I know. Yeah. No. I could use suppressors and not run in and melee people for my own amusement, but I'm about to backspace to go back to ArcCorp anyway. Because I am probably not going to be on super late tonight, I went to a concert last night, drove 6 hours to get there, and then drove back after the concert. It was outdoors, so I was somewhat dehydrated anyways. It was 93 degrees with like a 100-degree heat index. Alright, I think I got everybody. Amon Amarth and Ghost. Amon Amarth opened for Ghost. And it was a really good show. It was just horribly hot. I didn't know that it was an outdoor show because I didn't do my research or just didn't really pay attention. Yeah, that sounds horrible. Sue, that sounds like a place that is not fit for human habitation. But kudos to you. But yeah, I wore long pants, which I would have done anyway, but I also wore a gray t-shirt, and, like, if you know me, I sweat powerfully. And so, within, like, 5 minutes of being at the venue, I was just soaked through. I ended up, it was stupid, I ended up spending, I kid you not, like, $30 on water. Because they had water fountains, but they were, like, in nonsensical places. I'm gonna grab some, just basic armor. We'll run the Aurora a little more. They had some water fountains, but, like, not enough, and not
Welcome
spread out.
to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
And so I had to buy water from concessions, but because it's,
Your
you know,
insurance
a
claim
venue
has been
owned by
sent.
Live Nation,
Please visit-
who is like lawful evil. It was liquid, you know, the liquid death water that all the ads are for. So it was like $5 a can. And I ended up spending $30 on water in order to not, you know, keel over and die, and also to like be hydrated well enough that I could drive myself back after the show. So great show though. They need to bring in the ad water. I mean, I'd be fine with the ad water if it were not $5 a bottle or a can. Oh, the free cartons of water supported by ads. Yeah, that would be nice. That would have been like a humane thing to do, because honestly, it just wasn't cool to make the only available water, the only like easily available water, $5 a can. Like, I don't mind spending money to not lose consciousness, but
Welcome.
you know, not
to the
everybody
ASOP vehicle retrieval
maybe
system.
felt that way, and also the people who were not in places convenient to go get the water, you know, couldn't have been having a good time.
Your insurance claim has been sent. Your
Not to add, it
vehicle
was
has been
a
moved to our
ghost
storage
concert, so a lot of people were dressed in
Vehicle selected.
interesting ways.
Stand by. Your vehicle has been delivered to
Yeah,
the
no,
following
I
locations.
saw a dude who was wearing like Ghost. Ghost is the band that was playing, and Amon Amarth was opening for them. But I saw some ladies in like full black dresses that did not look like they had good ventilation, and I saw some dude wearing like a full black suit, you know, ghost-themed suit thing with a cape. It's like, yeah, you are not going to have a fun time with this. Like, 50-50 shot that you end up underneath the medic tent, because you're going to try to go get up front and then not leave your spot because you want to get, you know, want to see as much as you can and don't want to lose your spot. So you're not going to leave to go get water, and you're just going to knock yourself out.
Welcome to Powered Space Industries. Enjoy the work.
You are clear to launch.
Alright, we're gonna make Caffeine happy, and we're gonna go see what this ship actually looks like when you put cargo in it.
Takeoff complete.
But I think we have successfully proven that you can run mediums in an Aurora, kind of once you hit a rhythm without too much trouble. And it does acceptably.
Auto drive is now on. Landing gear raised. Auto drive
Thank you.
is now
And please visit again.
Auto drive is now on.
I would also, if I were to truly keep flying the Aurora, I would also upgrade the quantum drive, but its capacity is just okay, so I think the like grade A civilian would be the best you could get, and it only takes the speed up by about 50%. It's not as good as the military ones. But I was looking at it, and if you were to upgrade it to the military quantum drive, its range is just not super doable.
Auto drive is now on.
But yeah, it was a really good show. I think a lot of the Ghost fans did not know about Amon Amarth, and they were pleasantly surprised. Because I didn't pay attention beforehand, I actually didn't know that that Amon Amarth was opening until we were on the way. And I didn't want to diminish the enthusiasm of the Ghost fans that I was going with, but I was happy because I think Amon Amarth is a better band. Or at least I enjoy them more. Oh, well, that's a bummer. And here I was gonna buy drugs. Alright, well, I was kind of thinking about that being the end of the evening. So I might just call it there. I guess I'm glad I didn't buy the drugs. You know what? We will run drugs again. Wednesday will be the next stream. We'll be doing something interesting and educational. Yeah. Press F in chat to pay respects to the server. It did its best. We might do high-level bounties and just like, or maybe multiple tiers of bounties and kind of the ships I actually like to run them with. Might also do mining. There's still plenty of careers I haven't done yet on a Wednesday stream. So that at 7:30 p.m. will be the next stream. Thanks everybody for tuning in. I really, really appreciate it, and I appreciate the follows. And I will see y'all later. I hope you have a great weekend. Take her easy.